Hello everyone to the Rectory for Billy and Derry Keehan. Well, here I am with my Jack Russell on my lap and my Jack Russell mug to my lips, and hopefully all of you will get a chance to enjoy a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Now I've got a little list here of the things apparently that were most sought after on the supermarket shelves since this crisis began, and some of which apparently were hard to get. Mr. Kipling cakes, Marvel milk, Hellman's mayonnaise, smashed potato, oxo, Bistro gravy, Rivita, Knorr stock cubes, green giant peas, Heinz beans, also Heinz macaroni cheese. And the items that people couldn't get were egg cups, coffee grinders, and coffee pots. And that brings us back to a cup of coffee. Where did coffee come from? Well, with all good things, it's part of church history. A group of monks from Egypt, fleeing persecution in the 3rd century, found refuge in Abyssinia, where they tended sheep and goats. And a monk noticed that one night the sheep and the goats wouldn't go to bed. They were all frisky and lively, almost bewitched, which led the prior to pray over the animals, to exorcise them, but to no avail. So the prior herded them himself and noticed they were eating the leaves of a certain shrub, and he sampled it himself and found he was also wide awake. And so was coffee, and so was caffeine discovered. But those monks have also given us something else. Statio, to pause. As in we pause for a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, a pause in our day. And statio means stopping one thing before beginning another. A pause to recognize the time between times. So, very easily done. After watching the TV, ask, did you learn anything? Did it contribute to your life, or was it a lot of hooey? Before a phone call or an email, pray for the person you're about to communicate with. Listen to a piece of music, cuddle the dog, or maybe even take it for a walk. Or if you have to, love your cat. Now, the world talks a lot of mindfulness. Celebrities go on about mindfulness. But of course, the world, not knowing God, has forgotten that Christian meditation and Christian prayer has been with us a lot longer, because it focuses on God and becoming closer to God, having peace with God, not necessarily just being at peace with ourselves. That great German martyr Dietrich Bonhoeffer asked, what do we want from our meditation? We want to rise up from our meditation in a different state from when we sat down. So just as a cup of coffee might be a daily ritual and a vital stimulant to life, and maybe a simple pleasure and a little luxury, then we can cultivate other daily pleasures and not make them dull or demanding. So say a blessing over your coffee cup, for its warmth, for its taste, for the appetite to enjoy it, for being fit to make it, for being able to share it with someone else. But back to the monks of the 4th century. And this is a true story. A 4th century abbot had awful problems with irritable monks, probably because they didn't get their cup of coffee in the morning. And he knew their irritability was getting in the way of their love of God. So he asked St. Dorotheus of Tyre for advice. Now, Dorotheus was a very old man, an old bishop, and was eventually martyred at the age of 107. But with his great wisdom, he offered the abbot this advice. Visualize the world as a great circle with God on the center and human lives on the circumference. Imagine now there are straight lines connecting God to the human lives on the outside. Can't you see? There is no way of moving closer to God without drawing closer to other people, and no way you can approach other people without coming nearer to God. So, be mindful, meditate, and pray on that. I'd just like to bring you the words of a little hymn written by Matilda Betham Edwards. God, make my life a little light within the world to glow, a little flame that burneth bright wherever I may go. God, make my life a little flower that giveth joy to all, content to bloom in native bower, although the place be small. God, make my life a little song that comforteth the sad, that helpeth others to be strong, and makes the singer glad. God, make my life a little staff whereon the weak may rest, so that what health and strength I have may serve my neighbour best. God, make my life a little hymn of tenderness and praise, of faith that never groweth dim in all his wondrous ways. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.